All right, family, let's go. We're doing the key of E flat today. The key of E flat, y'all. We've done what we do: key of C, and we did key of B flat, and then we have a request. This is by request. The key of E flat. I want you to learn the key of E flat. We're gonna learn the number system. We're gonna learn how to play lead on top of E flat. So if you're playing songs and then the key of E flat, this is the lesson for you today. If you want to learn the fretboard and how to play all keys, listen, you're in the right place. Welcome to PJ Guitar Man. I'm PJ Patrick Johnson. And I just want to share what I've learned through playing guitar. Okay, listen, don't be afraid to learn music theory. It's gonna help you along the way. If you want to get better, this is gonna help you get better. I promise. Okay. The key of E flat. Don't be scared of flats and sharps. Okay. Don't be scared of it. Look, we're gonna be tuned in standard. A lot of times, folks are just tuned down. We're gonna be tuned in E standard. Some people are tuned down to E flat standard. Today, we're gonna be tuned. Let's see. Is that enough volume? I think that'll be enough volume for us. Maybe. Yeah, about right there. Y'all let me know, how does the guitar sound? How does it sound? Today, I'm using my PRS. This is a custom 22 semi-hollow. As you see, it's got the cut holes, the F holes in it. That's what we're using today. I'm hooked up to my Spark amp, and let's see. Hang on, I'll tell you exactly what sound we got going on here, because sometimes I'll be experimenting with sounds. So let me see what we got going on here as far as our sound goes. One moment, because a lot of people want to know this stuff. A lot of people want to know what sound are you using. Today we're using what is called today, I lost it. Clean tone. It's clean tone on the Spark app. It's got a little noise gate, a little wah on it, a little bit of compression, some reverb, some delay. I like the way it sounds. Look, we 2 minutes in. Let's get started. Okay, we in key of E flat. I want to start at the very beginning. So E flat is the 1. The key signature is the 1, all right? Now, if you ever hear somebody call out a minor key, me personally, I always associate a minor key with the actual major, the relative major key. So somebody calls out a minor key, they're actually referring to the relative minor of a certain major key. And today, particular, we're in the key of E flat major, okay? The minor key, so the relative minor, and I hope that these terms don't scare you. Don't leave me just yet. Give me a chance. All right, but if you always go, so if you're in C minor is also the same as E flat major. Okay, a little bit of whammy. Okay, so the 1 is E flat. Let's start our lesson today on the root being, because it's E flat, it can be a little bit of a challenge with that root being on the heavy E string. So let's start on the A string. The A string, and this is at, what fret is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fret. All right, at the 6th fret, that note is an E flat note. All right. If we move up a whole step, remember the formula: whole step, half. All right, move up a whole step. That is a F. All right, and in today's key, the 2, the F. So I went. That's 1. That's 2. Look. I tell you what. Let me tell you the notes first. E flat. Then we go on F. All right. From that F, we're gonna go to a G. From that G, we're gonna go half step to G sharp or A flat. All right. Most people probably call it A flat. A flat. And from that A flat, a whole step up to B flat. All right. From B flat, a whole step up to a C, which is our relative minor, the C. And then from that C, we're gonna go up a whole step to our 7. So we went 6, 7, 8 or 1. The 8 is the same as 1 because we're starting over. That's an E flat again. All right, so we got, just in review, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, that's our E flat major scale right there. We got all 7 notes and then back to 1 again, or 8 and back to 1 again. We got all of that. That's all you need, baby. Look, and you can play on that 1 string. You can play, and you in that keys. You can make music because everything in that key of E flat is gonna harmonize and sound good. Okay. So we got the 1. Let's throw some chords in with it. All right, and what you're gonna need to know, you're gonna need to know a minor and a major chord, a major chord and a minor chord. So I'm gonna show you 2 shapes. We're gonna start with a major. Excuse me. We're gonna start learning on this A string, the root on the A string, and we're gonna learn. I'm gonna show you a major shape and a minor shape. If y'all stick around, we'll go learn some other shapes, even with the root being on the E string, okay, on the heavy E string. Y'all gotta stick around for that though. We gotta level up. So now we just did level 1, which is learning the scale, and we did it on 1 string, learning the scale, learning the notes. And so now that we got that, let's move it up. Let's put some chords with it, okay? Let's go from notes, collect some notes together, and make some chords. We making music, baby. So here is a major shape. Now, this comes from this A shape that some of you may be familiar with. That is open A chord. But we're going to use this shape. We're going to use a bar. Don't be scared of bar chords. They're going to be your best friend. You ain't never going to have to use a capo again if you don't want to. All right, so remember that root. Our index is going to indicate our root, and our root will indicate what chord we're going to be playing. So we're going to start with the 1. And I'm going to use, I'm barring from this A string down, starting on that 6th fret. So that whole 6th fret is going to be barred. And then I'm going to use my ring finger right here. And I'm going to go from the D string down, barring all of it. So I got, and some will even throw that in there. All right, but that is a E flat major. That's your 1. All right. That's a minor shape. Now, that's a major shape. And listen, that is movable. So guess what? E flat major, F major, G major. I'm keeping that shape. That is a major shape. And you can go all the way around this fretboard and keep that shape, and it's going to be a major chord that you're going to be playing, okay? Now, but it's not going to sound right in the key of E flat. We got to get some minor in there in order to make everything harmonize. So I'm going to tell you which one's a minor and which one's a major. So starting with the major, since we already got this shape. This major is the 1. The other majors will be the 4. That's that A flat major. The 5 will also be major. These rules apply to any key that you're playing in. Today, particularly, we're playing the key of A flat. So, so 6th fret, E flat. 6th fret, that's that E flat major. The 4, so we go. How we get to the 4? Whole step, half. Keep that shape, that A shape. A whole step up from the 4 is your 5. And that's all we need to know. You can make some songs right there. E flat. Now, let's get the minors. The minors is everything in between. All right? The minor would be everything in between. All right? The minor would be everything in between. Okay, so E flat major. Now let's learn a minor shape. All right? All right, let's go ahead and move to the 2. The 2 will be minor. All right. The 2, but this is a major shape. We got to find a minor shape. So I'm going to show you a minor shape. Okay. I'm actually going to show you a minor 7 shape. Okay. I'm going to show you a minor shape first. All right. Bar. We still going bar. Same rule apply. That root is on that A string, but we just going to change our other fingers up a little bit. Let's put this ring finger on, let's see, because now we're actually on the 8th fret. And so now we're barring from the 8th fret down. I want my ring finger on the 10th fret. I want my pinky I want my ring finger on the 10th fret of the D string, my pinky finger on the G string of the 10th fret, and then I'm going to use my bird finger or my middle finger right here. Watch that finger on that B string. So I got, that is a minor. You hear how it kind of sound dark? Put that whammy on it. All right. So we got that. All right. That's a minor shape. Now, if I just take my pinky off, that's what they call a minor 7. You'll get those sounds in a lot of gospel, a lot of R&B, a lot of bluesy, soulfully type stuff. Uh-oh. That's a minor 7. Now, you can just play the minor if you want to, but this is a shape that you can stick with, and it's going to be a minor no matter where you go, and your indicator of what it is where your index is, okay? So, we got E flat major. We're going to our minor, which is the 2. A whole step up is 3. That's a minor as well. The 4 is major, remember? Moving up again. 5. Move up again to the 6. It goes minor. The 6 is minor. And then up again. The 7 is kind of tricky. All right. 7 is kind of tricky. So let's skip the 7 for now. And we're going to go back to E flat. All right. Now, the 7 is a half step from the 1. Okay. And the 7 is tricky because sometimes it can sound major, sometimes it can sound minor, but really, in most cases, it's going to be diminished. All right. So we need to learn how to make a diminished chord. Okay. So I'm going to back it up a whole step. All right. Back it up a whole step. And we're going to diminish this chord. Okay. This is another level up. So this is like 2.5. Okay. This 2.5 to learn is diminished because I'm telling you, but once you get it, it's going to sound good. So I'm going to bar still from there down, but I'm really not going to play this note because what's going to happen is I want to show you a major 7 shape. Okay. Can I show you a major 7 shape? Skip what I just told you. Let's go to a major 7 shape. Okay. Major 7 shape. So we got this major shape. We got our minor shape. Both of those, that was E flat major, E flat minor. All right, let's do an E major 7. How we do that is we're going to have bar from that fret down. All right, then we're going to have our middle finger on the 7th fret of the B string. Ring finger goes to the 8th fret. Yes, 8th fret of the D string, and then our pinky is gonna split that. Excuse me. The bird finger is supposed to be. I'm sorry, y'all. Bird finger is supposed to be on the G string. Pinky finger will go on the B string of the 8th fret. So what you have there? Oh, that's a beautiful. That's an E flat major 7. Let's go to that. A flat major 7. Don't that sound good? Oh, you can make music now. Did y'all hear how that kind of sounded? Listen at that. You hear that? You hear that particular sound? So we got that's a diminished sound. It kind of sounds spooky, right? So all I'm doing is from that major 7, I'm taking that middle finger and I'm placing it on my root string or my A string. But I'm placing it right up above where it was on that A string. That's a diminished chord. That's how it works. That's how it moves. So if the 7 is diminished, I got to make sure that root is on the 7, which is so that is a D diminished. Excuse me. Yeah, D diminished. That's the 7 that we left out. Then you got it. All right. Let's learn some more. Let's do some E string roots. Let's take this. Most of you have learned this F shape. All right. We're going to take this F shape. We're going to learn that. Okay. That's an E flat right there. I'm using that E string. All right. These are the most used shapes. These are shapes. I got a shape for my I got a shape. I got 2 shapes. I got a major and a minor for my A string. And then I want a major and a minor for my E string. All right. If the root is on the E string. So what I'm doing, that's my major shape. So so this is my 1. I might not want to keep going up here because I'm running out of space, right? So here's my 1. I can go to my A flat, find my A flat with the root on the E string. It's right here on the 4th fret. So my 5 is a whole step up from there. So essentially, if this note right here is my 1, guess what? That's my 2. It's an F. My G, half step to 4, whole step to 5, whole step to 6, whole step to the 7, back to my E. E. So we can go backwards. 1, 7, right? So 1, 7, whole step to my 6, whole step to my 5, whole step to my 4, half step to my 3, whole step to my 2. All right, so look, I'm gonna show you a solid chord. I'm gonna show you a solid E-shaped chord. Let me give you the E-shaped chord. That right there was what I call an F shape. Let me give you an E-shaped chord, okay? And let's do it on the 4. So on this A flat, all right? I'm gonna bar from that 4th fret down. All right. Now I'm gonna add my ring finger to the A string of the 6th fret. Pinky finger goes to the 8th fret. 6th fret D string. What's going on? Middle finger, G string. That is an A flat major chord. It's a major shape. So, and what determines what chord it is? Where my root is. So that's my 5, my B flat major, and my 1. But you say, hey, you gave me the major. What about my minor? You want the minor? No, John, no, you want the minor. I'm gonna give you the minor. So we got. So let's go to the 2, the F minor. We know that's a minor. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the minor. So we got a major shape. Now you want a minor shape. All right, here's an easy minor shape that most anyone can get. Hang that thumb over on your root and bar from the D string down and just skip that A string. You ain't got to do nothing with the A string. That's my 2, my 3. 4 is major. 5 is major. 6 is minor. 7 is okay being minor. Okay, now some lead in the key of E flat. If you stayed this long, then you get the lead part. Everybody want to do lead, but you got to learn these chords, okay? You got to learn chords so you can do the progressions, so you can know the rhythm, and then you'll be better at playing lead. I promise, I promise, I promise, okay? So lead, we're in the key of E flat. Your go-to is always going to be your relative minor scale. All right, that minor pentatonic scale is always going to be, listen, it's essential, and you can get so many great licks. So right here, this for you, my brother, who went in the comments on the last video, my good friend, man. He went in the comments on the last video. He said, hey, we want to learn some lead licks and phrases. Listen, I want to teach you in a way where you can play on top of any key. On top of anything. It don't matter what key is. Once you learn the key and you say, okay, what key is that in? You'll be able to play lead on top of most any song. And it can all happen with the minor pentatonic scale. All right. The minor pentatonic scale, which, okay, it belongs to the relative minor, right? Because it's minor. And so in the key of E flat, what is my 6? My 6 is always the relative minor to my 1. My 6. So if that's my 1, we already said C minor is my 6. So I'll play the C minor pentatonic scale on top. Don't let these terminologies scare you. Learn them. Don't let them scare you. So I can do this, but I also know I got a root C right here, and that's my minor shape I was teaching you. So really all I'm doing is changing the root. And that's why they're related like that. See? Now you want to know the lead. So minor pentatonic scale. Let's start on this E right here on my E string, E flat on the E string. Actually, okay, so we're gonna have a stretch of 1, 2, 3, 4 frets, a stretch of just 3 frets, a whole step stretch. So we got a whole step and a half stretch. All right. So if we give each finger, we give each finger its own fret. We're gonna do index, pinky, down a string, okay? Index, ring, index, ring. That's down the string. Index, ring, back to index, pinky, index, pinky. Practice it like that. Index, pinky. So that's gonna be what fret is that? 5, 6, 7, 8 fret, and the 11th fret. 8, 11, down the string, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 11, 8, 11. So that index is gonna stay across that fret right there for the whole scale. Practice that scale. It's the most used scale for a reason. Practice that scale, all right? You can even do some stuff, palm mute a little bit. Put a little bit of that fatty meat on the back of your palm. Rest it right across your bridge. Uh-oh, I slid the pinky in on some of them. And then, so you're playing some stuff. Why did I play that? Because that's in the scale, and I know that's gonna sound good on top of the key of E flat. So let's learn some phrases. Okay, so how about that? All I'm doing right here. You see that? I'm on the what fret was I saying that is? The 8th fret, excuse me. Yeah, 8th fret of the D string. I mean A string. Just find you a pattern. Find you a pattern within that scale. So and practice playing lead and rhythm at the same time. That's what made Jimi Hendrix so beautiful. That's that bend string. That's you can always go to that G string. You can bend that thing. Listen, you could really just play lead just bending that one string through the whole solo. Just that one string. All right. And that's got when you bend, that adds emotion to it. What was that? There was a pull off. You hear that? Bend down. Single note on that G string. And then right there on that D string. I'm doing one strike. And you can do it all with one. That's the same as. All right. So that was an extension of that scale. So we know now just because that sounds good. So I can just find you a pattern. So. How about that move? Yeah, how that sounds? All I'm doing is bending. I'm bending with my ring. I'm bending that with my ring. And I'm holding on to that next string down on that 8th fret. Some people put that pinky right there. Now, that 4 would sound good. I gotta go, y'all. My time is up. 30 minutes. I love you. Bye. All right. Y'all take care.